What's going on, everybody? It's Leroy. Welcome back to Pokemon Crystal version. In the last episode, we got our first gym badge, and then we went down here to Route 32, and we sort of skipped out on most of the action to get to the Pokemon Center. But in today's video, we're going to retrace our steps. But before I do that, I want to talk to this lady. This is Frida, who you're only going to see down here on Fridays. So I went ahead and reset my game clock to a Friday so I could get the Poison Barb. The Poison Barb is going to be a held item that will boost up your Poison-type moves by 10%. Kind of like the Miracle Seed that we got in the last video. So yeah, I mean, Poison moves are terrible in this game, so you probably can't really make good use of this until you get Sludge Bomb later on. But for the sake of completion, I'll probably be grabbing most of those items that you can only get on certain days of the week. Alright, so I'm gonna start off on this bridge over here. This bridge is just filled with fishermen and stuff, so they got a bunch of water types on their team. He's got a Goldeen. And I really don't have any great option for water types right now, so it's something I'm gonna have to think about. I'll probably want to add a grass type or an electric type or something, but for right now, Teddy Ursa should be just fine. Scratch away here. And you are getting the worst of luck with Supersonic. It's 2 misses in a row for Goldeen. And then you can't even Tail Whip! How pathetic. This is the most pathetic Goldeen I've ever seen. Missed 3 times. It didn't even miss, it just failed. I love when the game, the moves don't miss, but they just fail. Because it's just like, Goldeen, use Tail Whip! And then it just sits there, like, sorry, I got nothing, man. So moving along up here, we got another fisherman. Whoa, you made me lose that fish! Seriously, dude, you're gonna blame me? You don't even have a fishing pole out! Like, what are you, just staring down a fish in the water? Get out of here. Oh, but now he's got a fishing pole out of nowhere. Here's Fisherman Justin. Oh, this is the Magikarp guy. Why does... I don't know, they do this in every game. There's always that one trainer that just has a bunch of level 5 Magikarp. He's just stacking them up. It's like, dude, what are you doing? Just train one of them. And yeah, it notoriously knows Splash. The move that does absolutely nothing. Oh god, look how little of experience it gets. Jeez. It might not even be worth fighting this guy, honestly. I guess you could always put up your weakest Pokemon just to get the freebie experience, but Magikarp's actually decent enough that it's hard to put damage on, so yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's almost like a Kakuna or a Metapod. 21 experience points, jeez. He does have one Magikarp that's at level 15, because that's when it learns Tackle. That's when it can finally start fending for itself. Yeah, how does a Magikarp even tackle anyways? Like, this makes less sense than the tackling Caterpie even. But yeah, level 15 Magikarp. And this is by far the highest leveled Pokemon we've seen at this point in the game. Yeah, Fisherman Justin basically could have been a gym leader here with his level 15 Magikarp. This one will actually dish out a lot of experience, so I guess it is worth the battle just for this one here. So yeah, if this dude just focused on this Magikarp by itself, maybe he could have gotten to a Gyarados by now, who knows. But cool, I got up to level 11, and he's got another stupid level 5 Magikarp that only knows Splash. Alright, another scratch. Oh, now we're getting one-hit KOs. Wish I had him up that level before the fight started. Alright, so we got one last dude. Yeah, this guy doesn't have Magikarps, I don't think. But he's got some freshly caught new Pokemon. Freshly caught. That makes it seem like we're at like a seafood restaurant or something. That just, I don't like, that creeps me out. Yeah, Pokemon seafood restaurants, that would be... I wonder what it'd be called. Like, instead of Red Lobster, it would be like the Red Corefish or something. Be like, oh, come try our freshly caught King Kingler legs. The best King Kingler legs in all of Johto. Oh, and his Hypnosis is not working out, which is hilarious because it always works on my Poliwag. And I think he's got one more of them. But yeah, freshly caught. Speaking of catching water Pokemon, you can actually get the Old Rod on this route, and that's so funny that his Poliwag missed again with Hypnosis. It'd suck to go to sleep. He's 0 for 3! Wow, dude, I swear, my Poliwag is like 7 for 7, and his is like 0 for 3. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. We can get the old rod on this route, so we can actually start catching water-type Pokemon right here with these guys if we want. So I probably should have done that at the beginning of the video. I'll have to go back to the Pokemon Center. Completely slipped my mind getting that old rod. I'll make sure to go back and do that. But anyway, here's another trainer. And yeah, I'm so backwards on this route because I skipped all these dudes last time, but this is Camper Roland. He's got a Nidoran male. I love how they keep the male in the name, and then they still have the male symbol separately, so it's like, why do they have to show twice that he's a male? Anyway, I'm gonna go with a Scratch. I do have Mud Slap, which is super effective against poison types, which Nidoran is a poison type. And hey, oh, it's a berry. Whatever, guess I didn't need that, but yeah, Mud Slap's just so weak that even though it's super effective, Scratch is gonna do more damage, so yeah, that's how bad Mud Slap is. Even when it's super effective, I'm still not using it. I probably am only gonna use it if it's against like a Magnemite and it's 4 times effective. Although by the time I find Magnemite, who knows, I'll probably have a different ground type move. So yeah, this person's talking on the phone, but whatever, she's gonna battle us while she's talking on the phone. Here's Camper Picnicker Liz. And she's got a female Nidoran. Wow, you should totally go meet that Camper dude down there. You have the exact same style, you wear like the same outfits, got the same Pokemon, basically met for each other. Yeah, Nidoran. You can't catch these guys till a little bit later in the game. I've always loved this duo. I like both the male and the female. They can get them fully evolved with a Moonstone, and then they just wreck this game completely. As Nidoking and Nidoqueen. Yeah, no problems there for Roosevelt. And she says she's got to relieve her anger. Alright, I'll let you cool off there alone in the corner for a while. Alright, I think we've now gotten through all the trainers, so that was a little bit quicker than I thought, so that's good. That means we have time to get rolling into the Union Cave down here. So, let's backtrack, and I think there is one more trainer down here, so let's go ahead and knock that out of the park really quick. Just one straggler down here. That badge, it's from Violet City. You beat Faulkner? Oh, that's right, this is the bird keeper dude, who just idolizes Faulkner, I guess. Bro, you beat Faulkner? That's so sick! Alright, he's got a Pidgey on his team. And, oh, it's at level 6. Wow, this dude sucks. Alright, scratch away here. I just find that so hilarious. Bro, you beat Faulkner? And he just got these terrible flying types on his team. He's probably been putting up, like, Faulkner posters in his room ever since he was a kid, and just, like, can't believe, like, oh my god, you beat Faulkner! Insane, dude! Yeah, and I'm just one-hit KOing these guys, too. I guess we're getting to that stage in the game, or maybe it's just because his Pidgeys are freaking level 6, but yeah, Teddy Ursa is definitely my strongest attacker right now. Let's keep it going with Scratch. I guess the Sparrow's a little higher leveled. Still gonna be an easy kill, though. And alright, all he got on us was a peck. There we go. We beat Faulkner and his fanboy, Birdkeeper Peter. Birdkeeper Peter. Something about that name. Birdkeeper Peter, Birdkeeper Peter, Birdkeeper Peter, Birdkeeper Peter. Alright, this is the Union Cave up here. Birdkeeper Peter, Birdkeeper Peter. Oh, before I forget, I gotta go grab the good rod from, or not the good rod, the old rod from the Pokemon Center. Yeah, I was mentioning that earlier. Birdkeeper Peter, Birdkeeper Peter. Ah, I gotta get that out of my head. Alright, go ahead and talk to this fella right here. He talks about fishing for a little bit, then he asks if you would like one of his rods. It's a loaded question, but just say yes. I promise it's gonna be okay. He's just gonna give you the old rod, which is a fishing pole that lets you catch wild Pokemon in bodies of water, mostly Magikarp, but in this game you can also find other Pokemon like Tentacool, Poliwag, Goldeen, etc. So, give it a shot if you'd like. Alright guys, I got myself the old rod, and I'm all healed up, so let's go ahead and take on the Union Cave. Alright, so first things first, I'm gonna go ahead and move my Poliwag up to the front. caves are notoriously filled with rock and ground types in Pokemon games, and the Union Cave is no exception. Let's grab this item. It's an X attack. So when we get through here, it's going to bring us to Azalea Town, and that's where the second gym badge is going to be. So we're actually moving along pretty quickly here. Whoa, what a surprise! I didn't expect to see anybody in here. Well, I don't know why you'd expect that, because there's plenty of dudes in here, dude. Here's Hiker Daniel. He's got an Onix. Onix is a Pokemon you can catch here in the Union Cave. Previously, you were able to acquire an Onix by trading a Bellsprout, but this is your opportunity to actually catch one in the wild. Additionally, you can find Sandshrew in here. Sandshrew is a pretty nifty ground type. Still a couple of old Pokemon from the OG games, but go ahead and add them if you want. I wouldn't really recommend getting an Onix unless you're able to trade it for a Steelix. Steelix is pretty sweet, but even that is pretty hard to get in this game. You gotta trade it with a metal coat attached, and those don't really come around for a while. But Swirly's gonna get a ton of experience points, almost gets the double level up there. But yeah, it is pretty hard to get a Steelix. In Crystal version, you can get metal coats on Wild Magnemite, but it's very unlikely, so I don't know, it's a pretty tough task getting a Steelix. Anyway, let's continue along here. So you're gonna find hikers in here, and you're also gonna find fire breathers, so either way, it's a pretty sweet deal for Poliwag. Because when you're not dealing with Geodudes like this, it's probably some sort of fire type. So I'll keep after it with the bubbles. I don't know why this one's at level 4. It's like, geez. Could have killed this thing on the very first route of the game, probably. And level 13, finally! That's gonna get us Water Gun. Been looking forward for that, so... Water Gun is still a pretty weak move, but it's twice as powerful as Bubble, and we've been getting by just fine with Bubble, so... yeah, this will make all the difference in the world. So let's go ahead and use the select button to shift my moves around. And yeah, now we're going to be Water Gun guys for... basically up until we get Surf, Water Gun's probably going to be carrying us for a while, so... Luckily you do get Surf really early in the game, which makes all water types very, very usable. Especially ones you get earlier, in the earlier portions of the game. But he's got one final Geodude here that's gonna go down. 4 times weak to water, of course. So yeah, geez, a couple of videos ago, Poliwag was kind of struggling. Now he's like my most powerful dude. Just like that with Water Gun. So of course, Cyndaquil still doesn't have Ember, so... Alright, so yeah, eventually I'm probably gonna start running into a lot of wild battles, so I'll probably just cut those out. I probably should have saved that repel from earlier, but whatever, I used it in the last route, that's fine. Here we go, it's Fire Breather Bill! He's got a coughing, so... Actually, yeah, this guy doesn't even make sense. He's a Fire Breather, but he doesn't have Fire-type Pokemon. I guess coughing kind of fits in, being that it just blows smoke all over the place, but whatever. Poliwag works fine. Coughing has really good defense, so special attacks work pretty well. At the same time, this thing's at level 6. I don't know why all the Pokemon are at such a low level. One thing you will notice in this game is that the Pokemon are at a very low level throughout, so you're not going to gain a ton of experience in the main portion of the game, unless you do a bunch of additional grinding, which I can tell you right now I will not be doing. So I don't anticipate I'll be that high of a level by the end of the game, which is just fine because this game's pretty easy as it is, so anything to make it a little bit more challenging helps. And Swirly is kind of running away with things here, level 14 already, so yeah, I don't want to forget about the rest of my team, but this is Poliwag's time to shine, so go ahead and grab this item down here. This item down here, and it's going to be a Great Ball. That might be our first Great Ball of the game, so nice to have something a little bit better for catching wild Pokemon than your standard Pokeball. Alright, I'm getting so unlucky with these wild battles, so I'm just going to cut them through. There's a potion right there. God dang it. Yeah, I'm just running into something every second. Oh my... Alright. If I can just, like, get through... Okay. See, at least we're not fighting a wild Pokemon. I don't mind. God, I can't stand every few steps. This is what sucks about the Union Cave, is that you can't buy repels at this point in the game, and you still have to make it through this on your own, so I think in the very next town we can start actually buying repels at the mart. Anyway, he's got a Vulpix, so it actually is a Fire-type Pokemon, and we'll stick with Water Gun. Water Gun's been killing it for us so far. So it's nearly going to be a one-hit KO. Vulpix is going to try to do a Tail Whip, but it's not going to work. And this should finish it off, so... Yeah, this whole cave is really easy if you have a water type. I guess with the Old Rod you can start catching water types, however, you're going to find that the Pokemon available with the Old Rod aren't really going to know a lot of water type moves in the early goings. Stuff like Tentacool, Magikarp. You can actually catch Goldeen right here in the Union Cave by fishing. So you could actually do it in this body of water right here, if you want to go after a Goldeen. There's an Awakening, but yeah, Goldeen, for instance, it's not going to know any water-type moves, so it might not be helpful in here. But let's give Swirly a break. It's been doing really well, and I believe this last trainer here has a Slowpoke, so that's not a good matchup for him. Yeah, this is one of those Poke nerds. He thinks I'm his collecting rival. Whatever, dude. But yeah, Poke nerds, these guys usually have some pretty rare stuff. Oh no, Pokemaniac, my bad. Not the Poke nerd, the Pokemaniac. And he does have a Slowpoke. We will be able to catch Slowpoke very shortly in the game. Actually, right when we get out of the Union Cave, just about. I think you'll be able to find Slowpoke. I'm going to try to use a Leer on it, because it's got really good defense. And he's going to try a Growl on me, because I've got good attacks, so we're back to where we started. Alright, I'm not going to do this all day, I'll just tackle then. Yikes, that's going to be like an 8-hit KO, but yeah, Slowpoke can only tackle himself, so... Another example of a Water-type Pokemon that doesn't actually learn any Water-type moves for a while. And I had to take a critical hit, that's not good. Wow, this Slowpoke might actually be able to knock me out. Oh yeah, I have a berry though, so that's gonna save me. Yeah, I need to get Hot Sauce up some levels. He's gonna be my main dude in the next gym. The only problem is I don't even have Ember yet, so I need to make sure I get him up a couple more levels. This part of the game really sucks with Cyndaquil because it's like no other starter has to wait this long to get a Fire-type move. Like, Charmander would have had Ember by now, Torchic would have had Ember, but Cyndaquil has to wait till like level 13. Although it does evolve really early, so I guess that's the payoff in the end. And looks like I'm barely gonna get out of here alive against a Slowpoke, but that's okay because it should give me a ton of experience and almost up to level 12. And these guys usually give you a bunch of money too. So yeah, 600 bucks, which is definitely more than we're used to. Make absolute sure you check out this basement floor because you can grab a TM down here, and this is going to be the first actual useful TM in the game, in my opinion. TM39 Swift. This is a normal type move, but it's a lot more powerful than your standard stuff like Scratch and Tackle. Swift has 60 base power and it never misses. A lot of different Pokemon can learn this move, so I will have some options. It would be nice to put this on Cyndaquil because it would be its best attack by far, but I'm actually going to go ahead and put it on Teddiursa. Teddiursa is a normal type Pokemon, so it can take advantage of the same type attack bonus, which will give Swift a whopping 90 base power, which is excellent for this portion of the game. One thing to keep in mind is that Swift is a physical attack in 2nd generation. It wasn't until the later games that they created the split for physical and special attacks, so all normal types are physical, including Swift. And we are so close to just being done with this place and being able to buy repels. Like, I'm probably gonna drop all my money on repels. All the money I got from that Pokemaniac there, going straight to repels. And it looks like we're actually gonna make it without any more wild battles. So thank you all for watching this long video. We finally made it through the Union Cave, and I'll check out Azalea Town in the next episode.